What does it mean to say slaves obey your master? It is when you, as a woman, you are about to be gang raped and your father arrives with a gun and people who want to rape you are armed with knives and you are hopeful that now you are safe. But your father said, "My daughter, obey the rapist." That is what it means to say slaves obey your master. To say slaves obey your master is when you are a man and you are fighting against many people who want to kill you and they are about to overpower you. They are armed with all sorts of weapons. You are bleeding, but you are fighting. And your father arrives with a gun, or he's not even alone. He's with his friends, and they're all armed. And you're hopeful that now you are saved. But he said, "My son, obey your murderers." You see, that cannot possibly be your father. And that is the script that they've used since Paul used it against the Jews who were revolting against against the Romans, to say slaves obey your masters. It was to say the oppressed obey your oppressors, because to say slaves obey your masters is to say oppressed people obey your oppressors. So if you listen now, when Netanyahu bombed Gaza, he told them, people of Gaza, obey the Jews, obey your oppressors. Do not revolt. It's a sin to revolt. When you are being killed, when you are being dispossessed every day, you don't resist. Slaves, obey your masters. Donald Trump goes and bomb Iran, and immediately say, "Iran, do not fight back." That is to say, slaves, obey your masters. European Union is saying to Iran, "Do not escalate." They don't stop Trump from bombing Iran, killing the Ayatollah. No, they say do not escalate. That is to say, slaves, obey your master. When they go and bomb Venezuela and they kidnap the president, they say to Venezuela, "Do not respond." That is to say, slaves, obey your master. So it's your oppressor who will tell you that slaves, obey your master. And the oppressor during the time of Paul, of Saul, it was the Romans who were oppressing the Jews. And Paul has a track record of killing Stephen, of persecuting the Christians. And there was no Christian that time. He was the one who called them Christians. They were just Jewish sects. There were many Jewish sects. And that the followers of Yeshua were just one of the Jewish sects who were rebellious. Slaves obey master. Your master said it to say, oppress people, obey your oppressors. But God said, "Let my people go."